Seems as though the overall skill and class of Arthur Abraham, WBO champion at 168 pounds, is what defeated Martin Murray. Martin Murray was taking some tough shots, and if you know Arthur Abraham, he's fighting in bursts. He's not fighting, you know, like full throttle, 12 rounds or 3 minutes of each round. He liked to take some breaks. Martin Murray had control of the fight early, and I'm thinking to myself, Martin Murray's looking really good out there as far as the boxing was concerned. But then Arthur Abraham started walking him down, and basically it ended in a split decision. And honestly, I'm actually surprised the cards, you know, that's for it to be a split decision in Germany, you know. Martin Murray had some angels on his side. By the way, I'm T-Street Controversy. This is T-Street Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. Martin Murray was ranked by the WBO, and if you don't know how the WBO rolls, is whoever's ranked in the WBO can only fight for the WBO title. They're pretty good with that. So you can expect for Arthur Abraham to likely be fighting Gilberto Ramirez for his next fight. You've been hearing rumors that Bernard Hopkins may be wanting to fight Arthur Abraham. It would be Bernard Hopkins' first fight at 168 pounds. Also, Bernard Hopkins will be fighting for a title in a different division after being more than a year off. So I don't think that's going to happen because Bernard Hopkins is not ranked by the WBO, and the way the WBO rolls is they only allow people who's ranked to fight for their belt. So Gilberto Ramirez is the #1 contender. I believe he's the WBO Intercontinental, I believe it's what it's called. But long story short, to make it simple, Gilberto Ramirez, top-ranked fighter, is the #1 contender for Arthur Abraham's belt. And I actually think that Gilberto Ramirez has the boxing ability to beat Arthur Abraham. But Arthur Abraham, time and time again, often proves me wrong, and he's a very good fighter even at his age. And he's been really defending and be against credible competition, by the way, and being active with that WBO title at 168 pounds. Now, of course, I would like to see him in a unification, but the WBO is totally against unifications for some reason. They don't really, like their fighters to fight in unifications. But I would love to see an Arthur Abraham versus a Bado Jack. I would love to see an Arthur Abraham versus whoever's in line for that WBO Super World at 168 pounds vacated by Andre Ward. I would love to see an Arthur Abraham versus a James DeGale, or the winner of James DeGale versus Lucian Bute. There are big fights out there for him, and it's all about if he would leave German soil where he has the judges behind him to go out there and pursue those bigger fights. So, T-Street Controversy. This is T-Street Controversy Live. But as I said, look forward to the WBO to order Abraham versus Ramirez sometime in the near future. And we can expect for that fight to happen maybe in April 2016, something like that. Gilberto Ramirez, 6'3", very good overall boxer. He's had some hiccups, but for the most part, he's never been stunned, wobbled, or down. And he'll be a style that Arthur Abraham hasn't seen in quite some time. T-Street Controversy Live.